Hey guys, it's Mr. Abby. I hope you guys all had a great break slash catch up and review week. I hope you're caught up on everything that you needed to do. If all else fails, there's always still time. Just, keep up the good work, and I think it'll work out for everybody. Um, Over the last few weeks, we've talked a lot about different kinds of habitats, different kinds of creatures, both plants and animals that live in those habitats, the kind of crazy features they have to make it in this world. Um, we've talked a little bit about the dangers that face these animals and these environments, the kind of things that humans do that damage the environment, that make it harder for other animals to live in. And on that note, I would like us to start a short series on something called conservation. Conservation is when you try to do things to protect our natural environment, the natural resources, which we're going to talk about today, the things that we use from the environment, because all animals need to use something. We don't use the sun for energy, which is also a natural resource, but unfortunately, unlike plants, we can't just kind of make our bodies out of the air and take our energy from the sun. We have to use things in the environment to keep ourselves alive and to make things and build nice houses and have all the great stuff we have. So, we're going to talk a little bit today about natural resources and conservation over the course of the week. Um, Again, conservation is the ways that we protect our environment and the things we use from the environment from using them all up, destroying them, and generally just getting rid of them in a way that we can no longer use them. Future generations won't be able to use them, and other plants and animals won't be able to use them. If we pollute an environment too badly, plants and other animals are going to have a much harder time living there. And that includes us too. If we wreck our natural environment, we pollute the air, the water. That makes it harder for us to live in. It can get us all sick. Not just the plants and animals that live in those places, but living in a place that's really polluted can make you more sick too. It can hurt us. Got a little kitty here. Let's say hi. This is Darcy. Hi, Darcy. Anyway, we're going to get right into it. I want you guys to think about what are some of the natural resources that you use every day, the kind of things that you need to live. That can be the plants, maybe even the ones you grow in your garden. Those are renewable resources. So if you pick a carrot that you've grown out of your garden, you can always plant more carrots. If you let the carrot go to seed, because they have little flowers and they will put out seeds too, you can always plant more and you can always make more carrots, right? Trees regrow themselves after a while. Um, all the stuff that we make out of wood, those are all natural renewable resources. But stuff like oil that we use to make into gasoline for our cars. Sometimes we burn some of these things for the electricity that you're using to watch me right now. A lot of those are non renewable resources. They either don't come back or they take a really, really, really long time to come back. One of the things that surprises a lot of people as far as non renewable resources go is water. The water on our planet is all the water our planet has ever had, and it's all the water that our planet is really ever going to have. So we don't think about it a lot because there's lots of water out there. Of course, it's renewable. Actually, there's only so much water out there, and when we pollute too much of it, and we use it for things that make it hard to use again, um, the environment can't recycle it like it normally does. We have lots of water because when you drink it, it comes out of your body eventually, and then it goes back into the earth. It goes back into the water cycle, like we talked about. It evaporates back into the clouds and rains back down. Nature recycles things a lot more than it likes to bring them back from being gone. So these are things to think about as we go through our look at natural resources and how, over the course of the week, how are we going to protect these natural resources by making moves for what we call conservation. Again, conservation is when we protect our natural resources and environment from being lost or destroyed. So I'm going to have you guys watch our brain pop. It's a really good one. And then I'm going to have you guys hop right into my quiz. I'm going to take a little easy on you guys since we're just getting back from a little bit of review and catching ourselves up. Natural resources. Again, I'm going to read her out for you so it's a little bit easier for everybody to work with. What are natural resources? Are they trees? Are they something that we use that we get from the environment? Are they things that people make? Or are they a place where any living thing lives? I think I might have a little schmutz on my camera. Is it a little better? Yes, it is. What is not a natural resource? Now, is land and soil a natural resource? Is water a natural resource? Are plants and animals natural resources? Are computers natural resources? Now remember, for this question, you're doing what is not a natural resource. What does it mean if a natural resource is renewable? We renew it. Is there only so much of it on the planet and it can't be replaced, like I was talking about with water? Is it something that will be replaced over time by regrowing or being more of them being born? Can it be used for energy? Or are we running out of these resources? Again, what is a renewable natural resource? Now, what are some of the ways that we use natural resources? This is another one of those questions, the little boxes here, where I want you to pick all the answers you think are correct. Now, what are some of the ways we use natural resources? Do we use them for energy? Do we use them for something to eat? Do we make things out of them? Or do we clear them for places to live, work, and have fun? Now, what can happen if we use those natural resources too quickly? Even the renewable ones we can use too quickly for them to bring themselves back. So, can plants and animals lose their habitats if we use natural resources too quickly? Can the earth replenish or bring back whatever we use or destroy very quickly? Can we pollute the air and environment with waste and carbon, like we were talking about in the air? Too much carbon makes the earth hotter, and that contributes to global warming. So the whole environment gets hotter and hotter and hotter. Or can environments change so that they're less healthy for humans and other living things? We all live in the same environment, so why does it matter if we don't take care of it? For our long answer, as I always like to include, because I love to hear you guys' thoughts on these things. I hear a lot of great thoughts. I'm always impressed when I go through to hear what you guys think about these things. You guys' insight can be really fantastic because we've all experienced these things in some way or another. So I love to hear what you guys think about them. Now, what are some ways everyone, that's everyone, not just our presidents, not just the business owners, not just the army and all those big forces that we think of, what are some of the ways that everybody, you and me, your brothers and sisters, your mom, your dad, what can we do to conserve or protect our natural resources from being lost or harmed? What kind of things do you and your family do to help the environment? Maybe you recycle every day. Maybe you make sure you turn those lights off when you leave a room, or you don't leave the TV on when you're gone, or your computers. Maybe you don't let the sink run while you're brushing your teeth. You get your toothbrush wet, you brush your teeth, you turn the sink off while you're brushing, and then you turn it back on to rinse your mouth. There's lots of things that every single person can do to protect these natural resources so that we're not using them up too fast or we're not going out of our way to destroy them. Even stuff like, one thing I don't like to do when I see those dandelions start to sprout in spring, I don't pick them because that's a natural resource that bees need early on in the seasons, one of the first flowers that grows. So it's one of those things that I like to leave for the bees. There's lots of ways to protect our natural resources. I want to hear about some of the ways that you guys do it. Maybe you can give me and my family some ideas so that we can help protect the environment a little bit better too. It's something I always like to think about. So, again, I hope you guys had a great catch up and review week. Um, and I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy and you're getting to enjoy the natural environment that's just starting to get a little bit warmer. It's starting to get nice out. Um, Make sure you stay healthy and you keep your distance and everything, but I hope you guys are also getting a chance to enjoy the natural world. It's just becoming a little nicer to get out into lately. And maybe even just opening your window and giving a good listen and a good smell for what's going on is a great way to enjoy your natural environment. So, again, as always, you guys keep it awesome, stay healthy, and I look forward to seeing you guys.